Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you a KDP book niche that's perfect to get into in these summer months. In fact, one seller is making $4,041 per month from just one of these books. Now, the best part about this is that this is a great way for beginners to start publishing on Amazon KDP because the interiors of this book is actually pretty simple to make. So if you're a beginner looking to make an income online or start a side hustle, or you're just trying to find a new niche, well, then this video is for you. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. So what are we talking about today? Well, today we're talking about the road trip activity book niche. And what is a road trip activity book? Well, it's a book that contains many types of activity pages such as word searches, crosswords, hangman, Sudoku, and so much more. And these books are perfect for taking on vacation or to buy as gifts for things like birthdays and Christmas. Now, I say this time and time again, but the very first thing that you want to do when you're publishing on Amazon KDP is your niche research. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean finding out if the niche that you want to get into is something that's going to be worth it and something that's going to be profitable. And what I'm talking about is niche validation. And on top of that, you're going to want to find the keywords that are going to go into your title, your subtitle, and those back-end keywords that's going to help you get ranked on the first page of Amazon. So here I am on Amazon and I did a search for road trip activity book for kids. And this is actually a suggested search term that's being searched by customers on Amazon, because if we click up here on the search bar, we're going to see all of these other related search terms. But the very first thing that you're going to see is this purple bar right here on my screen. This is called Titans Quick View and it comes from Self-Publishing Titans. This is a free tool that allows you to get more information on the first page of Amazon, such as the niche score, total results, so like the exact results instead of just this over 2,000, it'll give you the exact. It also gives you the exact match for the keywords here that are being used in the titles of these books, as well as how many books are independently published, which means how many books are KDP books. And then other information such as bestsellers, ranks, reviews, as well as price. But the very first thing that I look at when I'm doing niche validation are the search results. And right here, we're seeing over 2,000 results. Now, when I'm validating a niche and trying to see if it's something that I want to get into, I look for three specific things. Number one, I look for search results that are about 1,000 and below, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high. So there might be a chance for me to get ranked on the first page of Amazon. Number two, I like to look for 3 KDP books that all have a BSR or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are already selling so that there's demand in this niche. And then number 3, I like to look for a niche score that's provided by the plugin that I'm using that has a score of 50 and higher. So the first thing that we see is that it has over 2,000 search results. So that's already above the 1,000 that I'm looking for, but there's so much demand in this niche. So I want to show you the books that are actually doing well, but I went ahead and niched down. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that later on in the video and give you the exact keywords for you to use. But if we scroll down here and look at some of these books, the first thing that you want to do is not look at these sponsored books right here. This is essentially where people pay to get their books on top of a search term. So the very first book that is not sponsored is actually this one. But as you can see with the publisher, it does not say independently published, which means this is not a KDP book. So we're going to move on from that. Now, this book right here, same story. So this one right here is independently published, meaning this is a KDP book. And we can see that it has a ranking of 8,354. So that's book number 1 satisfied. Let's look for 2 more books. This one is not a KDP book. This one is a KDP book, ranking in at 24,000. So that's book number 2. Here's another book right here, but it has a little bit of a higher rank at 320,000. So let's move on and look for other books. We have this book right here that's ranking in at 39,000. And look when it was published, just April of this year. So for those saying that, KDP is saturated and you can't get your books to rank, that's just not true. There's a lot of factors that come into play to get your book on the first page of Amazon, but one of them is going to be your keyword research. We have another book right here ranking in at 65,000. This one right here is at 9,000. This one is at 87,000, 76,000, 2,000. And so you can see there's a lot of demand for this niche. And if we go up and look at the niche score, it's giving us a 73. And this is actually one of the higher niche scores that I've seen in a while, well above the 50 that I'm looking for. So I know there's a lot of potential for this niche. All we have to do is niche down, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. But before that, I want to show you another way that can help you validate a niche. Now, this is called Publisher Rocket, and I use this tool a lot, especially when it comes to niche validation. And basically how it works is that if you go ahead and do a keyword search right here, and we type in our keyword, which is road trip activity, and then search for books, and then click Go Get 'em Rocket, it's gonna give us all of these keywords that we can go ahead and analyze. And the great thing about Publisher Rocket is that it analyzes these keywords for you. So for example, if I go ahead and click on this magnifying glass, it's gonna give me the average pages for this keyword, the number of competitors, the average price for the books ranking for this keyword, the average monthly earnings, as well as the estimated Amazon searches per month and the competitive score. So with this one, the lower the number on the competitive score, the better it is. But if we go ahead and just click through a couple of these, we can see how fast Publisher Rocket will actually go through and analyze all of these keywords. And basically, we can look for things that are all green. So I see one right here where it says road trip activity kids. We can see that it has over 2,500 searches on Amazon per month, and it has a 24 competitive score. But there are also a lot of other keywords in here that might not actually show up on Amazon, which is actually a good way at finding these keywords that people might not be using. Now, if we go back to Amazon and we look at these search results, we're seeing over 2,200 search results. So like I said, I've already niched down for you. And this is what I found. I found road trip activity book for kids 6 to 12, basically for ages 6 to 12. And we see that it has about 1,000 search results. It's actually 1,450, but it's a lot better than the 2,200 search results. And we're already seeing a niche score of 52. So that's above the 50 that we're looking for. So if we go and just quickly glance through the first page to see 3 KDP books that are ranking under 300,000, we can see here's one book ranking at 8,000. Here's another book at 176,000, and then another book at 68,000. So we can see there's demand for this specific keyword. So feel free to go ahead and use this if you want to make this type of book. Now, the first book I want to look at is this road trip activity book right here. We can see that it was published just recently on May 8, 2024, but it already has a ranking of 24,000. So we can see it has a 4.8 out of 5 rating, which is really good, 25 ratings already, and it's priced at $6.99. And we can see right here that it includes games for cars, airplanes and trains, puzzles, scrambles, coloring, mazes, dot to dot, and a lot more. And we can see that this book is about 116 pages. Now, if we go ahead and read the sample, we can see here's the cover, a very, very simple cover that looks like it was generated by AI. And let's go ahead and get to the meat of the book. So here's one of the pages. It's a simple dot to dot page. And then the next one is a coloring page. The next one is a story time. The next one is a type of maze page, a crossword page, a word scramble page, a maze page, coloring page, and so on and so forth. So you kind of get the idea that it's just a variety of activity pages that's all put together into one book. Now, if we go ahead and look at this BSR graph, we're going to see for the past 30 days how well this book has been selling. But let's go ahead and look when it was published. So for the past 90 days, we can see that right away this book started selling and is actually selling even better now, only into a month of being published, which is actually really, really good. Now, if we go ahead and take the bestsellers rank and put it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we can see that this book makes about 12 sales per day, which is about 360 books per month, which is about $23 per day and $702 per month, which is actually really good considering this is what you call passive income. Because once you publish your book on Amazon and it's live, well, Amazon's going to be doing the selling for you. They're even going to ship your book. They're going to print your book. They're going to deal with your customer service for you, all while paying you royalties on every book that's sold. And so if your book starts to become popular, it'll sell day after day, month after month, year after year, and you might not ever have to touch it again. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at this book is called Travel Games Activity Book for Kids ages 8 to 12. So it's good for car trips and air travel. And we can see that it was published August 18, 2023. So not a very old book. But we can see it has a 4.4 out of 5 rating, 72 ratings overall, which is pretty good. And we can see it has a #1 bestsellers badge, which is helping boost its sales. And right here, we can see that the type of activities that are included in this book includes Connect 4, Tic-Tac-Toe, City Country River, Would You Rather, as well as other things like hilarious jokes and coloring pages. We can see the book is priced at $11.90, which is actually pretty high. So this is going to have a good royalty for every book sold. And it's only about 100 pages. And if we look at the BSR graph for the last 60 days, 6 months to a year, we can see the performance of this book since it was published. And as you can see, it has its ups and downs, but as the book is starting to rack up its reviews, you can see that the ranking is starting to stay consistent, which is actually really good for this type of book. Now, if we go ahead and look at the A+ content, we're going to see some of the interiors that are included in this book and what they look like. So we have Tic-Tac-Toe, Connect 4, jokes, and then coloring pages. So if we go ahead and take the BSR of this book and put it into a sales calculator to see how much is estimated to be making, we can see that this book is making about 27 sales per day, which is about 810 sales per month, which is $134 per day and $4,041 per month. Now that we validated the niche and know that there's some potential with this type of book, and we've looked at some of the book examples and seen how much they're making, the next part is how do we make these types of interiors? Well, the good part is there's actually a couple different ways to do this. Now, one of the best ways to create these types of interiors is actually to use BookBolt. Now, BookBolt is not a free tool, it is a paid tool. But if you have it, if you go ahead and click right here on this man on the top right, and then you go into BookBolt Studio, it's going to take you to this place where you can create these types of interiors pretty easily. Now, when you're here, if you look at this column right here, go ahead and click this one that looks like a maze, and it's going to bring up all of these templates right here. And so within these templates, you're going to see there are some activity pages that you can go ahead and create relatively easily on this software. We have things like Hangman, Cryptogram, Mindfinder, Word Scramble, Missing Vowels, Crosswords, Sudokus, Word Search, and a bunch of different mazes. So just from this software alone, you could probably build 90% of the book just going through these templates and designing them to how you want it. So if we go ahead and just take one for example, if we go ahead and do the word search right here, if we click it, we can start it with a page right there. Let me move you up here. Let's go right there. We're just gonna try one page. So let's click next. And then that gives you all of these options. Things like the font size, the font color, the word font, max words per page, diagonal words, yes or no, reverse words, yes or no, and then a lot of other things here that you can change around. So I went ahead and uploaded this example just to see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and click next. And then the solutions, let's just put it at the end of the page here, somewhere back here. We can see here is the word search. So the example only had 5 words, but as you can see with just a click of the mouse, it made it right there. And then for the solutions page, here is the solutions page. And so this is already done for you. So BookBolt makes it easy because if you just upload your list of words, they can create the puzzles for you that fast. And like I said, there is a bunch of different templates here to go ahead and create these activity pages. So if you're interested in trying BookBolt, I'm gonna leave the link down below for you to check out. Now, if you want something that's a little bit more done for you, but you still want to be able to customize the pages a little bit, then what I suggest is going to Creative Fabrica. So here on Creative Fabrica, I went and did a search for kids activity book, and then I filtered it by KDP interiors. And as you can see, there's a bunch of done for you interiors already here, ready for you to just download. And then if you wanted to, you could upload it straight to KDP. Likewise, you could just search for the specific activity book that you're looking for. So for example, if you're looking for a word search activity book, you can go ahead and do that and look for the word search activity books that you want to include into your interior. And then you could also search things like, for example, Sudoku, Hangman, dot to dot. So as you can see, Creative Fabrica has basically everything that you would need to create your first book. Now, if you're going the Creative Fabrica route, what I suggest is not to upload these books exactly how you download them. Instead, what you should do is you should download all the interiors that you like and then mix and match the pages, grab a page from here, grab a page from there, grab a page from another place, and put it all together into your custom interior. And then what I suggest is that add some elements, change the font, do things that modify that interior so it's not exactly the same one that you downloaded from Creative Fabrica. Even adding borders will help make your book a little bit more original. Just make sure that when you're downloading these interiors that they include the PNG files or the JPG files, just so it's easier to work with when you upload these on a program like Canva to make those edits. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to go to my Gumroad shop for my keywords and interiors. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.